Hi there, class 9 students. This is your teacher Harpreet back with another video of the explanation of the chapter The Little Girl. So till now we have learned how the girl wanted to give a surprise to the father, but she couldn't give it as she did some blunder and she tore some important papers of her father. Now let's see further what happens in the story. Without wasting any time, let's move on. See what happened in the next paragraph. Whether Kezia was able to forget the things or she had something else. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. Now look here. Daily the light, even in the evening, the light is making some kind of pattern in her room. But that day that pattern also was considered to be sad. And she was watching it. She was crying too much that her, she is been scolded by her father. Then father came into the room with the ruler in his hand. "I'm going to beat you for this," he said. "Oh no, no," she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. He pulled them aside. "Sit up," he ordered, and hold out your hands. "You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you." Now Kezia was very scared. So what will happen? Father is having a ruler in his hand, and he said that he is going to teach her lesson for one and all. Okay, so why he want to teach her a lesson? That she will not be messing with the things in future. That is why he said that today she should be taught a lesson that she should not touch that does not belong to her. So, but Kezia tried to say, "But it was for your birthday." Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. But father was not in a position to listen anything. He was so angry. Kezia tried to explain that it was a present for you and I was making it for your birthday. But father was angry and he was mad with anger. He just beat her with the ruler on her palm. Now let's see the effect of this beating of the father on Kezia. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in a rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. "What did God make fathers for?" she sobbed. "Here, a clean hanky. Darling, blow your nose. Go to sleep, pet. You'll forget all about it in the morning. I tried to explain to your father, but he was too upset to listen tonight." But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put her both hands behind her back and a red color flew on her cheeks. Now let's see the effect of father's beating on her. And after the father beat her, her grandmother came to her and she just put a shawl around her. She wrapped a shawl around her and took her into her lap and just took her on the rocking chair. And while she was being rocked by the grandmother, she raised a question that why has God made fathers just to beat the children, just to be authoritative with the children? Because she has seen her father all the time talking rudely to her, always using authoritative voice. Rarely she had seen her father showing his love to her. Then grandmother, in order to ease her, console her, she offered her a handkerchief and asked her to blow her nose and try to go to sleep. Okay, and she said that, "Okay, early in the morning when you'll get up, you'll forget everything." But it was not in case of Kezia. She never forgot that incident, and Whenever she came across her father, she always just kept her hands at the back and her cheeks got red. She was so terrorized that the color of her cheeks changed to red. So let's see what happens next in the story. The McDonalds lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. The father with the baby Mayo on his shoulder, 2 girls hanging on his coat pockets, ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter once she saw the boys turn the hose on him, and he tried to catch them laughing all the time. Then she decided there were different sorts of father. Now, one day she happened to peep through the fence of her garden in the next house, which house was owned by the McDonald. Now she saw that McDonald's was very happy with the children. He was playing with the children and the children were making fun with him and he did not mind. Then she decided that their fathers are not always bad. There are some good fathers also. Let's see what happens next. Suddenly, one day, mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice the cook. That was all right in the daytime. Now one day her mother got ill and she has to be hospitalized, and then grandmother of course had to go with her mother as she needed care. So this little girl Kezia was left alone in the house with the cook only. In the morning everything went well. She was there with the cook, but she was really scared about the night. Let's find out why she was scared about the night. While Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. What will I do if I have a nightmare? She asked. I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in dark. It all gets whispery. Okay, so she just raised a question to Alice that what will happen if she'll have a nightmare, that she will have a bad dream. And then earlier when grandma was there, she used to come to take her to her bed, and that way she felt quite stable and calm. She said that she is really scared of night, as for her the nights were whispery. Okay, so she used to hear something at the night. She used to imagine certain bad things at night. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, putting her socks, and don't you scream and wake your poor pa. So she said your father will come and he will be tired also, and you just don't scream in your dream. Don't scream at night so that your father is disturbed. So she advised her to avoid screaming and disturbing the father. So let's see further what happens in the story. But the same old nightmare came, the butcher with a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma! She woke shivering to see father beside her, a candle in his hand. What's that matter? He said. Okay. But what she was scared of, she was afraid that she'll have nightmare and she might be needing her grandmother. And the same thing happened. She again had the same old dream that she was having on regular basis, that some butcher is going to kill her with knife. And she started calling Grandma, Grandma. And when she opened her eyes, she was surprised to see her father holding a candle and asked her, what's the matter? That was quite surprising to her. And she just replied to him, oh, a butcher, a knife, I want Granny. He blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms. carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. Now, when she was crying, father came to her and asked her about what was the matter, and then she told that she a butcher, and she just was in the need of granny. So father blew off the candle, took her into his lap and carried her all the way to his bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. He lay down beside her, half asleep still with butcher's smile and all about her it seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. Okay, so his father took her into his room, and there was a newspaper on the bed. He put that newspaper aside and made her sleep beside her, and she was half asleep, and that she was just imagining that butcher with the knife, and so to be cozy and to be secured, she just held her father, and she got closer to her father, and she also held his arm and his sleeve tightly. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still, as she was under the protection of an elder. So for her, the dark wasn't a scary thing. So she now was normal, and she was still. She laid still. "Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm," said father. Okay, so very politely father told her that it is cold, that she can rub her feet against his legs, and in that way she can get the warm. Tired out, he slept before the little girl. See how surprising it is. He was so tired, he was actually trying to put the little girl to sleep, but he slept before the little girl. A funny feeling came over her. So she really smiled looking at her father, and she said that he was about to make me sleep, but he himself has slept. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be a MacDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stirred suddenly and sighed. Now she realized that her father was not a bad person. Her father was not completely strict. Her father knows how to love also. And then she realized that her father is doing quite a hard work, and he was not like MacDonald. And then she was feeling regretful also that she had torn the important papers of her father. "What's the matter?" asked her father. She said, "Another dream." "Oh," said the little girl, "my head's on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear." Okay, she said that. I have just put my head on your chest, and in this way I can hear your heartbeat. And then she just told her father that he had got a very big heart. So in this way, by the end of the story, the opinion of the little girl changed towards her father. Now she was able to understand her father. So students, that was all in the story. And now I will be meeting you in the next chapter explanation, and see you till then. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for the updates of my videos. Thank you for watching my video, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.